I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
And today we're taking a look at Doughnut Drive-Thru, because everyone needs more donuts in their life. There's a lot of games about donuts. This is not only the only donut game I'm reviewing this week. There's just a lot of donuts, but in this one, it's a worker placement, a donut placement game in which you're trying to make donuts and serve donuts to get a lot of tips. I think it's why people serve donuts, for tips. What's the best donut? The answer is strawberry crumb. She got that wrong. Let's take a look at how the game plays. At the beginning of the game, you're going to put these cards out here in the middle of the table. They're going to show 3 or 2. Depending, like this is for a 2 to 3 player game, you'll have just 2 plates each. In a 4-player game, you will have 3 plates each. Each person's going to get 2 donuts, unless you're playing 2-player game, in which case you get 3. Each player is also going to start with one of these starter donuts, a cinnamon, a fluffy bun, the crummiest, or coated baby. So let's say I have the crummiest here in front of me. So on your turn, you can either place a donut on one of these areas, or 2 donuts if there's spaces for them, or you can pull off 1 or 2 donuts from the same area. So for example, I might decide to learn a recipe and put 2 donuts there, and then on my next turn take those 2 donuts off. Now, what players are doing is they're trying to, prepare donut recipes. So going here to learn a recipe, if you put 1 donut there, you will draw 2 cards from the deck, pick one of them to keep, honey matcha, yeah, rocky ricotta, and put that one in front of you. If you put 2 donuts there, you can draw 3 and discard 2 and keep 1. Plum and butter and blueberry buttermilk fudge, delicious. If you go to prepare, you can try to prepare a donut in front of you. This one needs a 2 to prepare, so I roll a die, and if I get a 2 or higher, I turn it sideways to show that it's ready to serve. If I put 2 donuts on prepare, I add 1, which is going to be necessary since you can see this one here needs a 7 to prepare. You can also put a donut here on serve. You can serve a donut, which is how you're going to get points for it at the end of the game, and this is how much you will spend to serve it. This one would need a 2 or higher. Same thing, and then you flip it over. Now, if you roll a 1 when preparing or serving, you failed no matter what. But once you have successfully served a donut, you can use this donut, you can use this recognition, that's what this is here, because apparently in your recognition you get to stick a spoon in your hat, in your glove. But anyway, you can rotate this and tap it essentially to get +1 on a future prepare or serve roll. Which brings us to the last action here. If you go to coffee break, you can unrotate or untap all the cards of these recognition cards that you've used. This will continue on till one player gets 5 or has successfully served 5 recipe cards. At that point, everyone's going to reveal all the recipe cards, and whoever has the most tips on them. So you can see these 3 here. This one is just nothing, but it's a way to get you started. But this one's 3 and 2. Whoever has the highest amount of tips that they've served is the winner of the game. Each player can also be a certain cook who has a special ability that they can use throughout the game. This guy can always untap 1 recognition card each turn, etc. And then it just shows you how to play on the other side. That's how you play. Mint and basil center shock.
No.
Caramel and sea salt superior. Yes.
Okay.
Not even a question.
Oh, yeah, right.
Jalapeno orange blossom. Orange blossom sounds good. I'm not sure about the jalapeno. General custard.
Sure.
Chocorama the 4th. Salted ginger hazel cream.
No.
Creamy pear pressure drop. Cherry berry. Come on, you have to like cherry berry. Peanut butter and bacon crunch.
No.
Bacon's overrated.
No, it doesn't taste good on a donut.
Okay, so anyhow, what do you think of the artwork and the pictures and the things in here?
They're cute. Kind of repeated a little bit, but I think it kind of works for this game.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they're trying to make these games small, right? Oh, look, a little small game, 25 cards. But I don't understand that box this size gives me cards this many.
And you
It feels
put
like,
it in like in a,
why not draw like another 25 donuts? The little donuts themselves look like lifesavers almost, like candy, I think. They don't necessarily look like donuts, but I guess that's fine. So the question is, since that is how does the game play? Okay, so this is a I'm sorry, not but Anyway, maybe that's wrong too. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So in this game, you place workers down. You've got to draw more recipes, prepared recipes, served recipes. How does all this work? What's the one thing that puts it all together?
Rolling dice.
Now, I like to roll dice. I have more dice than anyone else in the state of Florida. That's probably not true, but it's probably not far off from the truth. I have lots of dice. I love rolling dice. They're fun. But that's the whole point of this game is rolling a die. You can get +1s, right, from putting out 2 donuts, which, by the way, is a really big waste of your time. You can get +1s from your other previously served donuts, but if you roll a 5 or a 6, you're doing really well. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you're not
doing well.
And it's just luck. You're placing donuts, rolling, fail, pull donuts, place donuts, roll, fail, pull donuts, place donuts.
Fun. And like, especially when one's like 7 or 8, it makes it even harder, and you can only roll a 6, so your chance of even getting it's harder, and you might as well just keep going for the less points.
Yeah, and then if someone does get lucky and they get a big number with a big tip, you're behind the curve on that one. Then how are you going to catch up to them? This game just.
Like, didn't you beat me by 2 points and I only had like 2 donuts because I had tried to do a big point one?
Yeah,
But it still wasn't fun.
I guess that's the thing, right? Rolling dice, woo! Roll dice, that's one fun. Placing workers is another fun, but they don't really work together in this way. You're just placing dice, placing workers, you're like, ooh, should I place 1 or should I place 2? Should I pull 1 or 2? You only have 2 workers, so this isn't really that fantastic of a decision. And then you roll dice, and all those workers you place means nothing.
Yeah, especially when you have to do like 2 extra turns because there's only that 1 donut you can grab. And then the next turn you got to grab another one because either someone placed it where you wanted it, or if you're trying for that harder one, you want to put 2 out.
Or it is your turn to prepare a donut, and all the spots are used up.
That too.
So then you just sit around and wait another turn.
It's like, draw a card. Woo.
Yeah. All right, so what would you rate this game?
Not a very high one.
Come on, give the truth. 2? Oh, wow, she's worse than me. I would have said 4. Because I do like the artwork, I like the pieces, and I don't think the game's awful, right? I didn't hate it. It's just that I didn't think it was very interesting, right? You just roll dice and see what happens. So.
For me, I was just hoping the game would end soon.
Man, and you're making a game about donuts, it better be good, because donuts are amazing. Anyway, it's Doughnut Drive-Thru.
Especially the chocolate covered with glaze. I like that one.
It took you this long to figure out your favorite donut. That was the whole review. I asked you a whole review ago. Anyway, until next time.
Where do you insert it?
No, we're not going to that kind of work. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
And you've been watching Double Trouble.
Boom!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.